Welcome back, lords and ladies, to another Lannister campaign for the tournament that we are now in. So, the Starks have thwarted poor Mr. Marbrand. He's now stuck in the Golden Tooth, but through a way of attacking him and getting around the zone of control of the Golden Tooth, they now are able to fort up here. And that really grinds my gears in a bad way. Also, I forgot to mention last turn, these 3 forts are not legal. There should only be 2 forts per region, 6 forts per player. Now it's okay because 2 of them are empty, but last turn he had ended. Rob was in this one, defeated, and there was these 2 to pick from. Now, if he had to pick one, I believe it would have been this one. He would have been safe from any other harm. And if he wanted to just build this again, or just, just to defend against this besiegement, he could have. He would have, if he didn't have money. If he didn't have money, then that could have changed this entire course of action. And I just wanted to get my turn done and stop wasting everybody's time, because the frickin' admin will not respond to any of my messages. And that's why I'm playing my turn right now as well, is because I've waited over 24 hours, not a single response. I like hot seats, but if I ever need any freaking admin intervention, it's a Far Cry off. It's like Far Cry. Ah. Anyways, let's just get into this. Okay. Yes, I'm very quiet right now. Well, the last recording I did, I suffered a defeat, and then I just decided to throw away the video before I did anything smart about it. And yeah, now I'm kind of hating myself for doing that because reasons. If I did that, there would be still a room for them to get around my fort. So yeah, if they just got like a 1500 gold penalty, I'd totally agree with that at this point from the admin, but it still begs the question, what would it have been like if it was different? Because yeah, I'm a little bit pissed. Well, we were gonna be fine. Adam Marbrand was gonna I was 100% sure he was gonna die. And they got around. It just seems shady. It just doesn't seem like it should be allowed at all. But regardless, let's move Jamie. Put you over there. We're gonna make a watchtower. Yeah, we don't even really need to do anything with these soldiers at this point. Question is, do I want to suffer an additional 125, or I don't give a shit. I honestly don't care right now. I won't move these cav because they're in perfect line to relieve the siege if they so choose to do one. They could do one in turn 7 because this next turn will be their turn 6 because I start the turn order. And then the next turn after that, because they have the forces that were up north here went around. They're right by River Run right now. I could bribe Walder Frey, actually. He's got at least half a stack, but only 4 units plus himself would be on my team, my faction. Plus I would need 36k to do it. And I tested it out by destroying a lot of buildings at Castle Rock and Lannisport, and suffice to say it's not fucking worth it. But yeah. Yeah. It's good. It's all good. %100 happiness right here. Oh, I suppose I could probably gear up a little bit better. I'll need to check to see if this ship was defeated at all by anybody. I don't think it was, but a storm might have rocked the boat, as it were. So I could drop 500 just to retrain that. It's either 500 or 1200. What's it gonna be? Yeah, it's gotta be another armored spearman. That's what it's gonna be. Actually, no, if I'm not careful, I could go in the drink pretty quick here because I'm gonna be losing an additional 2,000 next turn due to losses. And also, if it takes 36k to bribe Walder Frey when he's got 0 loyalty, it's gonna take more than what they've got. They've got nothing. Now, quickly, militarily. Production, nobody cares. Territorially, both Stannis and Renly are tied. Stark is about to be tied with them because, you know why? Financially. Stannis is actually catching up to me. Population, and it makes sense because we're like on the same page apparently when it comes to finances. Like Stark and Renly aren't as balanced factions, so this entire hot seat and tournament just seems null and void to me. Like, if I was given a worse faction, I'd probably be in the drink right now, unable to fort. Like they are right now. They're unable to fort, but I can't get to them, so. Actually, it's funny. Turn 3 on, just kaput, out of money. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Huh. Didn't even realize you had a son. Well, it doesn't make any difference. Not at this point. At this point, when we're done with this, I'll probably look back and I'll go, oh, this was a great hot seat, da 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 da, happy feelings, happy feelings. At this point, though, I just want to survive till turn 30 and not get killed. Like, when I first came into this, I was really raring to go, ready to slay some other people, just for shits and giggles. Yeah. Also, we're gonna move you. There's a prince. He's out of range of that diplomat, but if he bribes mine, then he's got 3. I suppose that doesn't count towards his towards his max of 2 diplomats because you can recruit 2, but then bribing more is perfectly fine. So yeah. Yeah, I believe that's pretty much everything. Total of 4 wins, 19 losses. A lot of them are just hit, hit, hit. And I've only gotten one big. I only get the big ones, and then I don't get any of the smaller little victories. Like, I could attack Harry and Karstark up here with the forces I currently hold in the Stony Sept, but just to attack and then get beat back is just a victory for a defeat. There's no point to it. Except for Harry and can't move out of Pink Maiden. It just depends how many men I want to lose. Because if Stony Sept has a high enough garrison, it's going to be a pain in the ass for them to take. Plus, I've got an extra helper in case, you know, I need a little bit of extra. Yep, alright, this is where I'm going to end it. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see you guys in the next turn, hopefully for the better. Hopefully for the better. Good luck to the Kingdom of the South. Not that you'll even see this until after the tournament's done. So, oh yeah, Kingdom of the South is Zender. I've been in with him and a few other hot seats, and it's quite funny that we're in the same scenario, because we were in a New Bloods hot seat as Lannister and Stannis. As Stannis, he had pretty much destroyed most of the Starks, half of the Renlys, and I was able to, as the Lannisters, I was down to 5 regions when I started. We were on turn 10 to 15. I think it was like turn 15. The Lannisters were down to King's Landing, not King's Landing, Casterly Rock, Lannisport, Case, Faircastle. Oh no, Casterly Rock, Lannisport, Hornvale, Silverhill, and Golden Tooth. The only 5 regions. Tywin leading 1 stack, and Kevin leading like half a stack at Casterly Rock. At that point, I was able to defeat the Greyjoys, retake Case in Faircastle, move down south, claim Highgarden, Old Town. Just in time, killed off the Renly faction, myself, and then Stannis, aka Zender, comes out of hiding and attacks me head on. I made a mistake here or there when I was fording, and also just how I attacked his forts. So made a mistake, had to retreat back up north to the Westerlands. Oh god, it got really drawn out because as the Westerlands, you need to play defensively if you're backpedaling, but if the enemy can spare the time and the money to take their time to come and get you, like they can gather the forces up, then it's okay for them. But as it is, this time I think Zender's gonna have to let his hand, play his hand a little bit earlier, because he was really drawing it out to the point where we just said, we're not going to win against you, man, just can we end it? And, he was crowned the winner because none of us could beat him. It was a good game, though. Yeah, I just wanted to end that. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit more insight. I am facing a guy, it's pretty funny actually, because here's another story. If you want to stop watching, you don't have, there's nothing left at this point. I'm mumbling about stories, but in another previous one, actually, I was in with him before that one. Another hot seat. We were in a New Bloods hot seat. I was the Starks, he was the Renlys. As the Renlys, he had one, I believe it was one last, it was like Old Oak or something. One of their last regions. He had like a full stack there, and also a stack and a half. with all of his family members, the last bits of his army. My God, he was coming up for Harrenhal, and I was just like, how the hell am I gonna defeat that if that besieges me? I can't beat that. And actually, the admin had said that I don't remember what we were agreeing on, but something about they shouldn't be alive or something. They shouldn't be allowed to move or blah blah blah, something about it. And I said, you know what? No, I'm already writing a role play for this. Or I already wrote one, and I wasn't gonna just say, oh, I'm just gonna throw this away. No, I was like, I need to write this. So I wrote that role play and fought the battle, killed off his king, and I had taken a fort with Aemon Waters, I think, whatever his name was. Guy who's Lord of Ships or something for a short time in King's Landing, and then he sails off with all the ships. The bastard guy. I married him with Sansa, and I was able to claim King's Landing because they left it. Oh, it was Orain Waters. So I claimed King's Landing with him once. I sacked it for like 11k. It was glorious. Simply wonderful. But anyways, so I was able to kill off his entire faction by killing his king and his prince and all of his family members in that one battle simply by claiming his fort. So they couldn't retreat, and they just had nowhere else to go, I guess. So killed him off. And besides, he was pretty much a horde faction at that point. Just one place left. Yeah. But I feel like if I wouldn't have done that, I would have been able to defend against the Greyjoys in that hot seat, because in that hot seat as the Starks, I'm gonna admit this, I'm sorry if any admin is watching this, particularly Jad Lee, because he was the admin and he said, as a new blood, you're not supposed to converse with any other, not diplomatize with anybody. At least when it's when you're just in the one of the four factions. So I did. I conversed with the Greyjoys. I said, you know, you go for Lannister, we don't have to, we don't have to fight each other. It wasn't, you fight Lannister, I'll fight this guy. It was just, let's not fight each other, alright? So we didn't. And then when a new player came in, I couldn't exactly say, hey, do you want to continue this? Because then I would be for sure flagged for, not complying with the rules, and then I would get kicked out of that hot seat and not be let in any other hot seat because rule compliance. Now, it was the Greyjoy players' idea, and I was all for it just so I didn't have to fight everybody on all fronts. But later down the line, when I took Highgarden and I was going to... Okay, so I took Highgarden, the Greyjoys had taken the coast, and they were moving in. I was trapped with Walder Rivers. He was a 5-star general. He got Heartsbane from Highgarden. It's a small trigger chance. It's like a 1% or something. I don't know. But he got it, and I just got wrecked. I was backpedaling back to the Riverlands so bad. But yeah, that gives a little backstory, because then after that point I backpedaled to the Riverlands, made a good defensive area. They snuck inside my fort wall because they had units. I didn't look for any units in the trees. They got past my fort wall and besieged and defeated some of my men, and I wasn't able to thwart them. And they forted off also, so I was defeated. And I used Brynden Tully to defeat the Renlys, and I put that roleplay up. But then that weakened my general army, so I wasn't able to better defend against the Greyjoy horde. But I don't think there was anything to stopping the Greyjoy horde, because they were up in Winterfell up at that point, because they'd taken Deepwood Moat, They were coming for, and they took White Harbor, Moat Cailin. They pretty much moved, like sailed up to Flint's Finger and done Town, Barrowtown, Barrowton. It's Barrowton, but it should be Barrowtown. But Barrowton, and they took all that stuff. I was able to fort off. I was going to beat them back with a little fort to defend against Winterfell, but that was such a game. I got so wrecked. As a new blood, I felt really bad. This is the same feeling as, well, as a young blood, I would say. Still feel very, very ungood. But yeah, Jadley, if you're watching this, please don't hate me. Anybody else from Total War Center, please don't as well. Yeah, I don't know how many people would actually watch this. Or have gone this far. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you. I appreciate it. Humbly from a random person's standpoint. One person of millions and billions. Thanks, you the watcher. You the viewer. For taking your time and just sitting down. Taking a moment out of your day to watch some punny guy just reminisce about past hot seats. You are a truly good person. But I need to stop wasting your time. So, thank everybody for watching. Hopefully we'll do better in the next turn and no more rule breaks on the side of the frickin' Starks. Pretty please. So, thanks everybody. I'll see you next time. Berry night out.